Today we are in conversation with Mr. Sanjaya Mariwala, the Executive Chairman and Managing Director of OmniActive Technologies. OmniActive has pioneered contract farming and has created an epic propositions of disruption in this farming market now. Today we are in conversation to understand with him the journey forward. Very good afternoon. Today in the sea of Marigold. How Marigold and how did you stumble about this?
It's a great concept. Funny, we used to do marigold flowers extraction
Okay.
for chicken feed
Okay.
in my food company. And I asked my marketing guys to look at what else can we use marigolds for.
Okay.
And our prices had stumbled in the food business to
Okay.
$5 a kilo.
Okay.
And they came back and said lutein is an interesting space which is growing and maybe $250, $300 is what the pricing should be.
Okay.
And perhaps we should look at lutein as an opportunity for marigolds.
Okay.
So we just diverted the whole marigold business over towards this and then we started growing this and planting our own. And as we started planting our own, we learned lots to plant and what to do and what not to do. Eventually we got our model right and I think it's working well with the farmers.
Just in our press meet, you mentioned the lutein is good for eye
health.
Eye health. Okay, my right word. From that, what is your eye towards the future, the vision?
You know, we started with lutein for AMD,
Okay.
advanced macular degeneration. It generally affects 50 plus people.
Okay.
But now today we are starting to see that blue light is in everybody's life.
Okay.
Cell phones,
Yes.
iPads, TV screens,
Yes.
computer screens, and children also getting exposed to it, which means we think lutein for all ages is our future mission.
Okay.
Lutein should be made available for all ages. In fact, one of the most important forms of lutein should be in the mothers. The expecting mothers should be using lutein
Okay.
so that the kids get it in the womb.
Okay.
Okay, and the deposits are solid. In fact, preterm babies tend to have lesser lutein deposits in their eyes,
Okay.
which is why it's also important for mothers to have lutein in their food, so that mothers-to-be can transfer it to the children.
Okay. That's a very interesting concept. Speaking of kids,
Yeah.
we've heard
expand the
stories.
amount of the
Yes.
scope of how many people really need to.
Okay.
Really, the penetration of lutein has to grow much more. It has
Okay.
to get much bigger.
And I'm very sure everyone listening will understand about it today.
absolutely
Right.
right.
So speaking of kids, we've heard stories about your kids, going forward. So if you can talk about.
So my
this.
son is running his own company. He's doing Setu.in, which is a formulation company, and he's selling products into the domestic market space.
Okay.
Only D2C, direct on the net.
Okay.
And he is growing it very well. And I think hopefully in the next 1 or 2 years, he will outsurpass Omni, we should hope.
So yes, to another startup too.
That's right.
Right.
So, see, one of the most important parts about this business, why it interests me and fundamentally is because it requires a lot of innovation.
Okay.
Innovation in everything you do. Innovation in the way we brought about this model with the farmers. Innovation in the way we convert products from natural raw materials into finished products and then stabilize them. Technologies that we use to stabilize them and make them bioavailable to the human body. In the plant and in the processes, continuously we are changing. In the last maybe 15 years, we must have changed our technology 2 or 3 times to upgrade technologies to make the plants far more efficient, far more productive. And one of the things that we do in the plants is pharma plants normally operate on asset turnover ratios of 3.5 to 4.
Okay.
So you get a 4 times turnover for the investment you make, okay, from a plant in a pharma. We are running at 11.
Oh, that's massive.
That's a big.
That's literally massive.
That's innovation.
Yes, that's innovation, right?
Innovative practice,
And speaking of collaborations, and you are basically selling to the international market, right?
We
Yes.
primarily sell to the international market.
Okay.
There's a small amount of sale in the domestic market.
Okay.
So we look at working with brands across the world, and we have innovation partnerships with those brands. The innovation partnership and collaboration works is we come to you, if you're a brand, we come to you and say what is it that you want over the next 3 years? What kind of products are you going to launch? What can we do to help you in these few areas that we have identified for ourselves? And how do we build a product from scratch, new for you, including doing our clinical work and everything? that kind of collaboration we establish, and then we create a product and we launch it with them. And when a nice brand launches it, everybody in the market wants it, and that's how we get the attraction for our
So,
product.
just like you went and asked to your farmers, okay, what is the ask for you from the government?
From the government or
Yes.
for the government?
From the both you
I
can.
have a lot of asks from the government.
Okay.
The government has to do a lot of things for us.
First, yes.
Which they don't do right now.
Yes.
Okay, so we really have to get the government to understand this industry first, and,
Yes.
and understand nutraceuticals as a business, and then figure out how best they can help us. I think we are trying to tell them how to figure it out, but that the pieces are not coming together, because I think what we need is one department that is in charge of our industry.
Okay.
We need to create that. We need Biodiversity Act dressed effectively by the
Yes.
government. We need simple things like the HSN codes defined for our system, for our
Okay.
exports. Because today we can't even track our information in the databases to tell the government what we are doing.
Okay.
Because it comes under others category. So everything is clubbed under others category. We need
Okay.
specific definition of codes for each of the products that we sell.
We hope it goes and reaches the government as you have listed out that way.
What we are
Yes.
putting together.
You spoke digital transformation,
Yes.
because this is down to the earth business,
Yes,
right?
absolutely
So how are we? But digital transformation is everywhere. So how are we going to get on to
So
the
there is a
cloud
lot of
business?
digital transformation discussion we are having in our offices, and our that's what happens in the office.
Okay.
Where what we are looking at is how do we work with our customers across the world in anticipating their demand.
Okay.
That's digital transformation. That's looking at their databases. Can we house all that in our servers, and can we look at what the pattern of offtakes are? What are their consumer products selling at? So let's say you are a brand in the US, and there is Nielsen's tracking your research on your market reports. Can we track Nielsen's data, track it, and then on that basis build digital projections and forecasts for your volumes, based on which we then plant and we decide how much we should build as inventories and ship them to you. So
Okay.
all these things we are working on with our customers.
Okay. So we talked about customers, we talked about digital transformation. So your passion and your transformation.
So I've been,
Yes.
so that's one of the things I've been trying to do as many
Yes.
days as I can in a year. I try and take 2 trips a year to go
Okay.
out to do my wildlife photography.
Okay.
That's my passion.
Okay.
I love going there. This year I did a snow leopard in Ladakh,
Oh,
and I caught 3 of them on my camera.
we should see that. You should
I
say,
should show
say
them
yes.
to you. I should show them to you.
Yes.
And hopefully I'm going next month to Botswana
Okay.
to do a little bit more of the cats in Africa.
And from that passion, I'm very sure this passion also will go
This
ahead,
is,
right?
of course it will.
Yeah. Thank you very much for
Thanks so
this.
much.
Sure. Thank you.